Hello everyone, today we will be talking about checks, checkmate, and stalemate. A player is said to be in check when the opponent is attacking the player's king. When you are in check, you must get out of check before you do anything else. And there are 3 ways that you can do this. You can take the piece that's checking you can move your king out of check, or you can block the check. If you view the example I have on my screen right now, White's king is in check right now because the black rook is attacking the white king. So here, White can either take the piece that's attacking the check, move the king out of check, or block the check. So, White could use his queen and take the rook, and now White is no longer in check. In addition, White could also move his king out of check. There are 3 squares that he can move to. He can't move to the left or to the right because in either case, his king will still be in check because the rook will still be attacking the king. So, White must move forward, either directly forward to his left, or forward to his right. In each case, the rook is no longer attacking the king, so White has moved out of check and out of danger. The final way that you can get out of check is to block the piece that's checking the king. White can do this here in this position by moving his bishop down. And now Black's rook is no longer attacking White's king because of the bishop that's blocking it. But what happens when you are in check and you cannot get out of checkmate? Then you are checkmated. And again, this occurs when one player is in check and he cannot get out of check. So he cannot take the piece that's checking him, he cannot move his king out of check, and he cannot block the check. Let's view a couple examples of checkmate. So, for example, say in this position it is Black to move, and Black moves his queen down. Now, White is in checkmate. Why is this so? Black's queen is checking White's king. So, as a reminder, if you're in check, you have to either take the piece that's checking you, move your king out of check, or block the check. However, in this position, White can do none of these things. White has no piece that can attack or take Black's queen. In addition, he cannot move the king. For example, if he tries to move to the left, he will still be in check because the queen is still attacking that square. The same thing happens if he moves to his right. He will still be in check because the queen is attacking that square. But what happens if he tries to move up? If he moves to any square above him, so above and to the left, above and above to the right, then he will still be in check due to the rook. The rook is attacking each of these squares, so whichever square White goes to, he will still be in check due to the rook. Let's look at more examples. In this next example, say that Black moves his rook across and checks the White king. As you can see, Black's rook is attacking White's king, so he is in check. While White's in check, he has to either take the piece that's checking him, move out of check, or block the check. White cannot block the check here, and he cannot move his king to safety. For example, if he tries to move upwards, he will still be in check because the rook is attacking that square. If he tries to move forward and to the left, he will still be in check also because the Black's pawn is attacking that square because remember, pawns attack diagonally forward. So this leaves us to the left and back and to the left. If he tries to move to the left, he will still be in check because the queen is attacking the king, because queens attack diagonally forward, backwards, to the left, and to the right. So that will not help white at all. If white tries to move to the left and backwards, he will still be in check because the rook is also attacking that square. So we have concluded that white cannot block the check or move out of check, but can he take the piece that's checking him? As it turns out, he can. White's rook is attacking black's rook, which is checking white's king. So white can capture the piece that's checking him. However, black can also capture the rook, because remember, queens move diagonally. And once again, white finds himself in check. The queen's attacking the king. Now, white is in checkmate. Why is this so? White cannot block the check. White also can't move the king out of check, because, like before, if he tries to move forward, the queen's still attacking that square. If he tries to move to the left, the queen's attacking that square, so he will still be in check. If he tries to move to the left and backwards, the queen is still attacking that square, so he'll be in check. If he tries to move to the left and forwards, the pawn is attacking that square, so he will still be in check. So we know that white cannot block the check or move out of check, but can he take the piece that's checking him? White cannot take the black queen because it is being protected by the bishop. Remember, bishops attack diagonally. So if white tries to take the queen, he will end up being in check. So he is not allowed to do that. Therefore, white is in checkmate. Now that we have understood the basics of checkmate, I will be going over some basic checkmate examples that are well known by chess players. This is a common checkmate and is called the back rank checkmate. White can move his rook over, and now black is in checkmate. This is because black's king is in check by the rook. He cannot block the check or take the rook, so he must try to move out of check. However, his pawns are blocking his escape squares, so black cannot move his king and is in checkmate. This checkmate is very common, so you might find it in your own games. And also, this checkmate is a reason why some people move their pawns to give a room for their king. For example, you have seen that white has moved his pawn from g2 to g3, and this gives an escape square for the king. So if there is a rook checking him, for example, there's a rook here checking him, white is not in checkmate because he can move his king, because he made an escape square with his pawn. Many people make an escape square by either moving their pawn forward to here or their pawn forward to here, and both serve the same purpose. Another common checkmate is the checkmate with the queen. So, say for example, in this position, it's white to move. White can checkmate black by moving his queen and checking black. Black is in check because the queen is attacking the king. So black must try to either take the queen, move out of check, or block the check. Black cannot block the check, and also he cannot take the queen. That is because the queen is being protected by the bishop. So if black tries to take the queen, it will be an illegal move because he will now be in check by the bishop. So he must try to move out of check. However, he cannot. The rook is blocking him going from the left, and his two pawns are blocking him from moving forward and forward to the left. And finally, he cannot move to the right because the queen is attacking that square, and he will still be in check. The final common checkmate that I will be showing you guys is a two rooks checkmate. Here, white can move his rook and check the black king, putting him in checkmate. The rook is attacking the king, so it is in check. Black cannot take the rook, and he also cannot block the check. So, that only leaves him to try to move the king out of check and to safety. However, he cannot do that. If he moves to the left, he will still be in check by the rook. The same thing happens if he tries to move to the right, because the rook is also attacking that square. If he tries to move anywhere up to any of these three squares, he will be in check to this rook. So he cannot move out of checkmate. In addition to checkmate, there is also stalemate. Stalemate is different than checkmate because stalemate results in a draw. If you don't know what a draw is, think of it as splitting the point. So, for example, think they have one apple. If you win the game, you get the apple, and if you lose the game, you don't get anything. Drawing is like splitting the apple. Each player gets half of it. So it's neither a win or a loss. It's in between. You get half of it. If you checkmate your opponent, you win the game. But if you stalemate your opponent, you don't win, and it only results in a draw. Stalemate occurs when a player is not in check, but he cannot move anywhere. This may seem like a confusing concept at first, but once you see a couple examples, it will become easy for you. One basic example is here. Here, if it is white to move, black is in stalemate. Black is not in check right now because the queen is not attacking the king. Remember, the queen attacks diagonally and like a rook, so horizontally and vertically. So it is not attacking the king right now. However, black cannot move anywhere. If he tries to move to the left, he will move into check. The queen's attacking that square. The same happens if he tries to move to the right. The queen's attacking that square. If he tries to move anywhere upwards, it will also be an illegal move because the white king is attacking those squares. And also, the queen is attacking this square. So, black has no moves, and he is not in check, so he is in stalemate. Let's look at another example. In this position, white is in stalemate. Once again, he is not in check. The queen is not attacking white's king, and neither is the knight. However, white cannot move anywhere at all. If he tries to move up or down, or to the right, he will move into the queen, which is attacking those squares. If he tries to move up into the right, he will also move into the queen, as well as the knight, because remember, one of the ways the knight can move is forward and to the left. Also, the king cannot move to the right and backwards because the knight is also attacking that square. So, once again, white is not in check, and he cannot move anywhere, so it is stalemate, and the game is a draw. Now, let's practice what we have learned, and solve a couple of problems. In the following problems, I will be giving a position, and you must figure out if black is in check, checkmate, stalemate, or neither. For each of the following problems, I will be giving 2 minutes for each of you to think. If you have solved the problem early, you can skip ahead. This is the first problem. Good luck. So, in this position, black is neither in check, checkmate, nor stalemate. Black is not in check right now because white's queen and white's rook are not attacking the king. Remember, a rook attacks horizontally and vertically, and a queen attacks both horizontally, vertically, and diagonally. And as you can see, neither piece is attacking the black king. So, black's not in check, so that rules out check and checkmate. But is he in stalemate? To be in stalemate, black has to both not be in check and also have no possible moves he can play. We already know that black isn't in check, so we must decide if black can move anywhere. If black tries to move up, or up to the right, or up to the left, he will be attacked by the rook, so he cannot move to any of these squares. If he tries to move directly to the left or directly to the right, he also cannot, because the queen is attacking those squares. So what if he tries to move backwards and to the left? Well, the queen is also attacking that square, so black cannot move there. He also can't move directly backwards, because the queen's also attacking that square. However, black can move backwards and to the right. On this square, black is not in check. So, in this position, black is not in stalemate, and also not in check or checkmate. This is the next example. Good luck. So, in this example, black is currently in check. The white bishop is attacking the black king, because remember, the bishop moves and attacks diagonally. Black is not in check by the white rook, because the rook is not directly attacking the king, because the knight is blocking it. The knight is blocking the rook from attacking and therefore checking the king. So in this position, black's in check. What can he do about it? He cannot capture the bishop, and he also cannot block the check. You might think that he might be able to block the check with the knight here. A knight can move, like an L shape, toward this square. However, it cannot, because if it does, black will find himself in check, because the rook will now be attacking the black king. So the knight must stay here and block the rook from checking the king. So it cannot block the bishop here from checking the king. So black must try to move his king to safety. He cannot move to the square backwards and to the left, because the bishop is also attacking that square. He also cannot move directly to the left, because the knight is occupying that square. And he also cannot move backwards and backwards to the right, because the pawns are blocking those squares. So he must move to the right. That is the only move. And now white can use his rook and capture the knight, because remember, a rook attacks horizontally. And now, in this position, take 1 minute to think if black is in check, checkmate, stalemate, or neither. So, in this position, black is in checkmate. White's rook is attacking the black king, so black is in check. Remember, when a player is in check, he must get out of check, and he can do this in 3 ways. He can take the piece that's checking him, he can block the check, or he can move out of the check. Black has no pieces that are able to capture the white rook, so he cannot capture the piece that's checking him. He also cannot block the check. He has no pieces that can do that, because the pawns do not move backwards. Pawns only move forwards. So, we have 2 of the 3 options ruled out right now. Finally, we must check if black is able to move out of check. He cannot move to the left, because the rook and the bishop are attacking that square. And he cannot move backwards at all, because the pawns are blocking his escape. So, therefore, black is in checkmate right now. Thank you all for listening today, and I hope you learned a bit about check, checkmate, and stalemate. Remember, a king is in check if the opponent's piece is attacking it. And when you are in check, you must try to get out of check. And you can do this in 3 ways. You can capture the piece that's checking you, you can block the check, or you can move your king out of check. Checkmate occurs when a player is in check and he cannot do any of these 3 options, so he cannot get himself out of check. And checkmate is the end of the game. When you have checkmated your opponent, you have won the game. And so, on the other hand, if you get checkmated, you have lost the game. Stalemate occurs when a player is not in check and cannot move at all. When stalemate occurs, the game ends up in a draw. Thank you all for listening. Have a good day.